Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. Hope you're very well. Literally about to short the euro here, so just get one unit in at 17. Just come up to the 5 minute, sorry, not the 5 minute, the 8 a.m. pivot. The only reason I'm taking this trade as a short is come up to the 5 minute 50, 5 minute 20, and the 8 a.m. pivot is right here as well. Only reason I'm taking it as a short is I can just put a stop about here. I don't have to put it above the highs. I'm putting it at 28. And so for 2 units, I'm just giving it a go. I'm struggling to find anything here this morning. Oh, looks better. Put that stop in before it comes straight up. So I'd say it's a bit more speculative here. Struggling to find anything here at the moment. 119.28. I even said to the guys in the trading room, don't bother trading along with me on this one. So it's literally just, okay, it's either going to hold here. I'm not giving it too much slack because it doesn't need too much room. Even at 28, it's probably a bit high actually. I'm going to move that to 27 because if it's going to go that far even, I don't want to, there's no need for me to be in. It's really got to pretty much hold around this zone, giving it just a little bit of slack. So I'm giving it up to 27. Um, if I see a reversal bar, then maybe I'll then build the position and add to it. But otherwise, no. So we do have some factors in play that it could, if it was to come down, that it could want to come down to. But as you're seeing, I've just shorted that into that 8 a.m. pivot and the 5 minute 50 and the 5 minute 20, and it's blasting straight for it. So it's going to be over very quickly by looks of things. So that was a good one, wasn't it? But yeah, I've been saying to the guys here this morning, struggling to really find much at the moment. So um, most of the markets they had some great moves yesterday, and there's just not a lot of momentum to give me much guidance here this morning across a lot of these. So anyway, at the moment, I'll press pause. This trade's probably going to be over very quickly. Okay, just back, and yes, I got stopped very quick there. So here were the two positions. I'm having to take screenshots because I'm in other positions again this week. I got in those 2 units at 17, and there's my two losses there at the moment. So now, before anyone writes in saying Charlie, you shouldn't have been doing it speculatively, yeah, that's true. And some weeks I do just sit back and say, do you know what? I can't even find a trade. I can't even find a trade. And that's happened a bit more often this year, where I've really struggled to find a trade on a Friday morning. And yet we always used to find stuff which might be decent enough quality. But anyway, for now I have a losing trade there on the euro dollar. But I'll keep watching, have a look across these markets. They might perk up and something might present itself. Okay, right. Looking like I'm going to be getting a trade here on the dollar yen. We'll soon find out whether this one's going to work out or not. So I've just got one unit in there. See if I can get the second unit in. We just had it's it's hit the daily 20 moving average, 20, 21, whatever you use, and as resistance, it's had a great run up on the daily charts. And we've got some divergent behavior going on here. Oh, sorry, I've just hit it for a second unit there. We've got some divergent behavior going on the hourly charts. We've got some negative momentum coming in on the 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart. So we've got a couple of units in. I'm going to target. We've got a daily pivot down at 112.30, and then we've got an hourly 50 down at 112.15. So I'll target those levels. So right down here. As far as stops are concerned, I'll put the stop just up here at 65 and see how we get on. So I'll just get those stops put in. 112. Oops. So I'm just doing it off screen. What have I done wrong here? So I'm just trying to do my stops. Oh no, have I clicked on the wrong button? No. Hold on. Oh, there they are. Right. Sorry, I know I'm recording this. I'm doing this off screen and clicking on the wrong things. Right, 112.65. Right, okay. Right, now I have those in. Okay, so We got 2 units in there at 54 and 53. Is it possible I could get another unit in? Possibly on some sort of retrace at some point. We'll see. But anyway, for now, we'll see how it gets on. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so as we can see, the dollar yen is coming down thus far. We have a target still a fair bit lower yet. The first target down at 30. Just going to use the daily pivot as an excuse to take the one off, and then hold on to the other one. I think that's what the plan will be. But anyway, the nice thing is that where it's at is even where it's at the moment. It's already, yep, it's already just about paid for. In theory, if I was to close out now, it bridged the loss that I took on the euro dollar earlier on. So obviously, if it gets down to target, this trade will pay for the prior loss and obviously give profit on top. And that's the whole point, isn't it? If you get your risk to rewards, then you can afford to have losses and still be profitable. So anyway, we'll see how we get on here this morning. But looking all right so far, and we'll see if we get this potential. Now it's starting to come down. There is the potential to maybe add a position. I'm just having a look here if it does what I call a band play back into my bands. So we'll see if it does pull back up into my white lines at some point over here maybe. Then there might be another opportunity to add another unit or something like that. So we'll see. I'll press pause for now. Okay, so this dollar yen's come down a bit, obviously, but I'm going to start moving this stop down. Actually, I was just saying to the guys around about 56, but looking on this chart, it's just a little bit off. So we'll move it to 57 on the stop. So actually, the entry was at 54 and 53. So moving the stop up to around about 57 here. So let me just get the deal tickets. There they are. Just so that was it at 65, but that would mean that I would get stopped out at 66. Anyway, there's the other one. There we go. Okay, so we've got both units now at 57. So if the dollar yen was to completely turn around, then and break up to new highs again, but if it was, then I'm not going to take too much of a loss. But at the same time, I'm still giving it enough slack by having it up here above all of this. So anyway, that's enough for now. I'll press pause. Okay, just back, and we're right on top of that pivot, so we're going to be looking to take that first profit if we can get to the daily pivot there. Just about, it's 30 on the charts, which will probably be about 31 on here. So I'm just watching the chart off screen and seeing if it can hit it. It's right on top of it. And so we'll see. And now, as always, when I bring up the deal ticket and start pressing record on the software, that as you can see there, it's just stalled out. So I'll press pause for now. Here. Okay, just coming back here. We got so close to the target down here, and it's bounced, doesn't it? It got to a pip away. It did hit another intraday sort of support level, but I was ignoring that because the pattern itself was looking for, would normally be looking for a bit more downside. So, so there was no point in not coming out even that extra pip because the daily pivot was just that little bit lower. I might as well take the one off at the daily pivot, and even that was a bit on the low side. So I'm just having to sit through this bounce. It should, based on the bigger picture, bigger pattern, still want to come lower. But if it doesn't, because obviously nothing's 100%, my stop is now, like I said, at 58. We're in at 53, 54. So it's about a 4 pip stop anyway. But it'll be a bit annoying that I didn't get that profit off, because it would have paid for that trade more than enough, and given a bit of profit on top, which would have eaten into the prior euro dollar trade. So actually, talking of which, let's go and have a look at that euro dollar, because look what happened to the euro. It rolled all the way down from my little trade this morning when I traded it into the 5-minute 20. but it broke out, has now rolled all the way back over. So as it's turned out, it's gone that way anyway. Oh well, sometimes they just go that way, don't they? So for now, I'm just waiting to see if the dollar yen will roll down at some point or not. Oh, in fact, I'm going to be stepping away from my PC for a while. So I am actually going to put a limit order in now on one of these units because I'm going to be away from my PC for an hour or so. So 112.31. And I'm just going to have I'll leave it just with one of the units. The other unit I'll just see what happens. So 112.31, which is literally just on top of that daily pivot. It's possible it could come a little bit lower. There's not a lot of scope now to where that next level was, that next target, but I may just hold on to that one if it does come down. So that's where we're at the moment. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back, and at the time that I was leaving, I don't know when it was, probably back here, the dollar yen had got close to my target, but not quite. And today it just had a bounce. It's rolled over while I've been gone, and it's hit that first target. So let's bring up. I'll take a screenshot again of the two positions because we still have one open at the moment. So let's bring it up. There's the screenshot. So this is the one that hit 112.31 while I was out. So hit that daily pivot. And we've still got this one open here. Again, this one was from 112.54 and we're at 112.37. This is the current price right now, as you can see over here on the live chart over here. So my stop's still at 112.57. So we've got to look at this and see what we want to do. Oh yeah, so remember the two losses we had this morning were £80 and £78 or something like that. Let's have a quick look again. What were they? Yeah, 78 and £80. So we've by far beaten the losses because of the risk reward, of course. But you know, what else can we do? And I know I was joking last week about you know, I always show the P&Ls and stuff, and it's a bit of a joke really because we always say people don't look at your profit and loss. But you know, these videos are entertainment, just as much entertainment as they are anything else, and so I have to show all that. It'd be a bit boring if I just said, oh, I am up 15 pips. You know, it wouldn't be quite so interesting, would it? So what do we do? Let's have a look at this. The only thing that I'm looking at is potential to move the stop down a little bit more. Probably move the stop down to break even now because I still think this dollar yen's got the potential to come up again yet. I've got all sorts of positions in the market across various currencies at the moment. So the only thing I think I'll do is move that stop down to probably break even. 54 looks okay-ish. So I'm quite happy to do that. But I think that'll probably be about it. So I'll press pause for now, though. Oops, no, I've pressed the pen, not press pause. Right, there we go. Okay, and back again. What we're going to do is we're going to call this video a wrap because I'm not going to sit here waiting all afternoon for it to come down to that second target. So we've still got this second position running here still. I'm just taking a screenshot again. This is the one that obviously closed out. This is the one that's still here. I've just taken a screenshot there at 35. There's the current price at 35. There's the stop at 57. So as it currently stands, we have one winner, one loser. Whatever happens with this one can't lose. Oh, yeah, I haven't moved that stop down yet, have I? Whatever happens to this one, I've been talking to the guys in the trading room. Look, there they are. Say hello, guys. There they are. So if it comes down to the hourly 50, which is only 112.20s, then somewhere down in that sort of zone, maybe a little bit lower, I'll bank out. But I haven't got all afternoon to sit here again, and otherwise it means that I end up having to put the video together in the evening, and then I mess up if it's late and I don't want to do it then. So we'll call it a wrap here today. One winner, one loser, and risk reward pays out. Enjoy your weekends. See you next week.